Florida State went into Miami's backyard and picked up one of the more underrated prospects in the country. We'll talk about him and what he means for the Seminoles next. Hey guys, thanks for coming to the channel. Thanks for watching the video. Appreciate you guys' support. Today's been crazy on signing day. Hopefully you've been following along and you have subscribed and turned on notifications. We are bringing you news and info up to the minute. So keep us on notifications and make sure you're subscribed. Big shout out to our folks over at Gramco. They're our sponsors for this video. If you haven't tried their products, their Delta 8 products, they're phenomenal. I put an order in 2 days ago, got it today. Phenomenal stuff. Shout out to thegramco.com. You can go to their website and order anything you're looking for, Delta 8. TJ25, that's TJ25, will save you 25% at checkout. They've got orange hard candies. They've got wake and bake coffee. They've got gummies. Whatever you're looking for, they've got you covered. Gramco.com, thegramco.com, TJ25 at checkout. Edwin Joseph committed to and signed his NLI to Florida State over both Miami and Louisville today. He visited FSU a little over a week ago, and the Noles were able to close despite a late threat from the Canes and Cardinals. Joseph is from South Florida, and you guys know South Florida recruits can sometimes be interesting recruitments. They're also very much dogs when it comes to their athleticism and how good of players they are. Joseph is from South Florida. He attended Chaminade Madonna Prep. He's 6 foot, even 178 pounds. He is a composite 4-star, according to On3, and he's a top 10 athlete in the country, according to their ratings. He played on both sides of the ball, and you may be seeing highlights on both sides, but he's truly special because the best defensive backs understand how wide receivers run routes and their paths to the ball. He has that from playing both sides on offense and defense for a very good high school down there in South Florida. As a wide receiver that will probably play DB at the next level, he's got great hands, very good hands from his time on the offensive side of the ball. I would expect Edwin to not be knocking a lot of balls away, but coming away with true interceptions, playing defensive back for the Noles. He's a good corner with above average corner skills. He's very good in coverage. He's very good at moving and understanding, again, from his time at wide receiver, how receivers want to run routes, the different concepts that he may face, and he's very good in coverage. I don't think he has elite speed, but he's got very good coverage skills, and he's very quick and knows how to move to make up ground, because I don't think he's the super fastest guy out there. It's not to take away from his speed, but he is very quick. I think he projects well at the next level. He'll be a year or so away from getting in and really mixing it in, but he's very smart. He's a kid with a high motor, and he could certainly see some time late in the year for the Noles this year, considering how many blowouts we might expect FSU to have in 2023. That would be ideal because I think that can really get him ready for a very good 2024. You've seen that Florida State is not afraid to play young guys on special teams and right away on defense. I think they did a really good job of that with Azariah Thomas this year. I think that is and has been massive. If guys get in, study, and really learn the playbook, Norvell will put him out there and let him get some burn. Don't think it'll be in the massive games that are super close early, but with the blowouts that we may expect, I'd like to see him get in and get some burn at corner for the Noles this year. I think he projects, let's back that up. Let's go to Woodson. I'm going to talk about Woodson, then I'm going to talk about stacking so you can play that other B-roll. We got to give a shout out to Coach Woodson here. I know that Florida State has not recruited DBs especially well this cycle, but they've closed here on a couple late, and we got to tip our caps to Coach Woodson. I think it's very big that he was able to get Joseph against a couple of teams that I think are fully invested and fully bought in on the NIL side of things. Not that Florida State's not, but when you go up against Miami and you go up against Louisville, I think you know what you're expecting there. And I think Woodson, Norvell, that defensive staff all deserve credit for this commitment. Stacking blue chip DBs in back-to-back years is something the Noles need to continue to do. They've had some success going to the portal. They've had some success with some young guys and developing them. Akeem Dent is one that comes to mind, and Amarion Cooper is one that comes to mind. But the Noles need to continue to stack blue chip defensive backs. They've done that now in back-to-back years. Defensive back was a position group that certainly needed to improve for the Noles this year. And with more and more talent being infused there, this is a really big pickup for the Seminoles. He visited Louisville, I want to remind you, after visiting FSU. He changed his Instagram bio to Louisville Athlete. I think that's something that had a lot of fans really concerned and had them worried. Florida State folks, though, didn't seem to think that that was a super big deal, and obviously it wasn't. We may never know the real story there, but what I will say is that South Florida recruitments always seem to have these twists and turns that make you just scratch your head and wonder what is going on here. Miami also made a really late push here, and though they didn't get him on for an official visit, I spoke to some folks close to Miami, and there was a certain confidence, even into Tuesday, that they might land Joseph. He's a kid that doesn't live too far from campus and had been on campus a few times. I think they thought that they had a chance here, but the Noles were able to hold them off. Very underrated kid, as we said. I know that everybody thinks their 3 stars are underrated, as we may or may not have said in a video that you've already watched today. But this is a kid that Miami really wanted, and they did not want to lose him from their own backyard. Mario and Mike have not gone head-to-head on a ton of battles, but this is the one that the Noles come out on top for, so it's a huge credit to that staff for closing when Louisville and Miami charged hard late. Appreciate you guys for watching. Appreciate you guys for coming to the channel. Let's celebrate this commitment. Edwin Joseph, a Florida State Seminole, gets in his NLI today and will be a difference maker for the Noles within the next year or so. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you go hit the channel and catch up on any of the other recruiting videos that you haven't seen just yet. Got a whole bunch of content that's hitting the channel today and more to come after this one. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you have notifications on. Appreciate you guys for your support. Give us a big go Noles down there in the comments. Let's talk about this and let's celebrate this. Let's celebrate Mike stuffing Mario into a locker. Appreciate our good folks over at The Gramco. You can go to thegramco.com. Again, use TJ25 for any of your Delta 8 needs, whether that be pre-rolls, wake and bake coffee, the gummies, the hard candies, whatever you're looking for, they will get you taken care of. Shout out to thegramco.com. Shout out to you for watching. Again, I will talk to you all soon. Go Noles.